we interrupt this program. This is a national emergency. Important instructions will follow. The following message is transmitted at the request of the government. This is not a test. Tune to a station that is serving your area for more information. The President will be speaking on all stations shortly. Stand by for this message.
But you always say that time is simultaneous. If that's true, then how can you change the future?
If only you could perceive.
American.
If I'm to have a symbol, it shall be one I respect.
American. American. American.
Why would I save a world I no longer have any stake in?
Do not use your telephone. The telephone lines should be kept open for emergency use. The emergency alert system has been activated.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are interrupting our regular broadcast to bring you extraordinary events taking place in the Russian Republic.
Unexplained disturbance.
Ron.
You just...
I have witnessed events so tiny and so fast, they can hardly be said to have occurred at all.
Collider, or LHC. It's designed to peer into the origins of the universe and is the brainchild of 6,000 of the world's top scientific minds.
We are going to become gods. Period.
But you, Adrian, are just a man. The world's smartest man poses no more threat to me than does its smartest termite. I understand. If we hope to preserve...
But peace, of course, you must protect rights in a utopia. I've made myself feel every day. See every innocent face I've murdered to save humanity. Convenient.
One of us died tonight.
Suddenly you discover humanity.
An attack on one is an attack on all of us. Somebody knows why.
None of this would have happened. If you'd cared from the start.
Somebody knows.
Nonetheless.
I heard he'd been working for the government.
What's one more body amongst foundations?
It was a political killing.
He's right. You understand.
You taught me the value of life. Reagan and I can solve the energy crisis. War may be averted.
John thinks that there's going to be a nuclear war.
What if that's why someone wants us out of the way? So we can't do anything to stop it.
What do you suggest we do about it?
Retribution.
Everyone's gonna know what you've done.
Time's up.
Save this world.
Exposing Adrian would only doom the world to nuclear destruction again.
Maybe someone's picking on heroes.
We're meant to exact justice.
You know I can't let you do that.
thought you said you cared about life again.
Don't you?
People have to be told.
By exposing me, you would sacrifice the peace so many died for today.
Wait. Don't even think about it. Peace based on a lie.
Keep your own secrets.
We must remain silent.
We can't do this.
If you don't like it, get off.
Rorschach!
Out of my way. Never compromise. Not even in the face of Armageddon. That's always been the difference between us, Daniel.
Or condemning.
What are you waiting for?
I can change almost anything. But I can't change human nature.
No.
I'm leaving this galaxy for one a little less complicated.
You don't have to contribute. You don't have to participate.
I do.
Just a matter of time, I suppose.
It is confirmed. The unexplained phenomenon is headed for Moscow.
Discovered the Higgs boson, or God particle, which is believed to be the key to how particles get their mass. But
to participate in the emergency alert system. During this emergency, most stations will remain on the air, providing news and information to the public in assigned areas.
Nations around the world still reeling from this morning's announcement, possibly the most significant event in recent history.
But if you're going to interfere with me becoming God, you're going to have big trouble. Then we'll have warfare.
Will they?
We'll initiate the emergency broadcast system. We'll advise people not to panic. The best idea right now is to stay in their homes. Yes, sir. Right.
Don't understand it, sir. Side radar doesn't see a thing.
Roger that. Los Angeles Attack Squadron has AMRAAM missiles locked on target. What?
I know it, blind, sir. Nothing is registering. Negative, we have zero visibility.
This better be good.
Come on, Dad.
looking at a total radar blackout over a 13-kilometer area. Let's do a diagnostic check. Excuse me, sir.
Visibility is at 0.
Man, this is Eagle Eye 370.
Captain, the President is listening. Repeat what you just told me.
I think you should listen to this. Sir? Sir? The radar may be malfunctioning, but the infrared is totally off the map.
We still have 0 visibility. Instrumentation is malfunctioning. We can't get any kind of reading on what's in front of us. Wait a minute. Maybe clearing. This better not be a...
Jeez. Get me Atlantic Command on the line.
The boys from Air Traffic Res say the skies are clear.
It's the real thing.
Let's not jump the gun here.
Washington, New York squadrons reporting lock on.
Fire at will.
Fire at will.
Fire at will. Get online with Space Command. They're going to want to know about it.
Hang on, sir. Sir, we have visual range with incoming over Iraqi airspace.
In front of us. Wait a minute. Maybe clearing.
Kill me here.
Wait, this can't be right. The calculated distance from Sword.
Second sighting. Yes, sir. This just came in from the Persian Gulf.
Line's gone, sir.
2 more have been spotted over the Atlantic. One's moving toward New York, the other's headed this direction.
How much time do we have?
Less than 10 minutes. Alex,
Is only 375,000 kilometers.
Correction, sir. We now have 2 confirmed visual.
That's affirmative.
It's coming.
If you are not in this local area, you should tune to stations providing news and information for your local area. You are listening to the emergency alert system serving the New York City area.
Now scientists want to use the machine to disprove the Big Bang theory of the universe by discovering miniature black holes, which would in turn reveal parallel universes.
Were shot in
Welcome to the largest particle physics laboratory in the world. Right now, you're standing inside CERN, the European Organisation for Nuclear Research, and you've got a view that very few people will ever see.
And it only gets weirder from there. See, according to the scientist, if these black holes are detected at a particular energy, it would prove an alternate existence theory.
We're about 100 meters beneath the Swiss-French border, and above you is just one of the experiments at the Large Hadron Collider, itself the largest machine in the world.
Known as rainbow gravity, which posits that the universe stretches back in time infinitely with no origin point like the Big Bang.
In a few minutes, we'll head up there, on that cherry picker, to see what happens when you smash particles together at close to the speed of light. But before we do, let me show you what kind of kit you need to get things going that fast.
No word yet on whether Doctor Who will be available when scientists actually rip a hole in the space-time continuum. But we can hope.
So here we are walking along part of the long circular tunnel that houses the LHC. And that's it next to you. That is the Large Hadron Collider, that collection of magnets. It's a 27-kilometer long loop. There are 4 experiments on the LHC and 10 accelerators in the complex, which...
The restart in the process of restarting the world's biggest particle accelerator.
CERN recently presented 2 films to celebrate the refiring of the LHC called Symmetry and Symmetry Unraveled.
Together accelerate bunches of particles up to close to the speed of light. Each section in the tunnel performs a very specific function.
Below this field is one of the most complicated machines ever built. A real-life time machine. buried hundreds of meters beneath the French-Swiss border. This machine will shoot beams of energy around a 27-kilometer-long loop and smash those beams of energy together again at the end. This giant loop is the track for the world's newest particle accelerator, the Large Hadron Collider, or LHC. It's designed to peer into the origins of the universe and is the brainchild of 6,000 of the world's top scientific minds. Jeff Taylor is the head of physics at Melbourne University, but here in Switzerland, he's a key contributor to the LHC project.
As we come into this new era with the Large Hadron Collider, we are going to be discovering aspects of nature which we couldn't have dreamed of in the past. This is really the most exciting period for physicists, for scientists, since the beginning of the 20th century.
It's been a long time coming. We have constructed this for many, many years, and to suddenly go into this phase where really everything starts to come together and starts to click into each other and to really work as a whole is immensely exciting.
Atlas is the name of the giant detector at the heart of the project. It's being built underground in a 6-story deep construction pit, filled with the world's biggest magnets, layered by 3,000 kilometers of wiring, and all weighing 7,000 tons. All of this so that protons, the heaviest part of the atom, can be smashed at near the speed of light inside the machine, creating conditions that haven't existed since a trillionth of a second after the birth of the universe.
It is a machine which operates at a temperature of 1.9 degrees Kelvin.
Which in Celsius terms?
Which is minus 271 degrees.
The collider lives at the CERN laboratory outside of Geneva. CERN buzzes. It requires its own relay station to power the collider, and above that you'll catch the intellectual hum of the world's best scientists.
At the CERN cafeteria, sometimes there are 5 Nobel Prize winners eating with students and postdocs and other staff members. It's a very, very rich environment, and it's a very testing environment. The students work very, very hard, but it's very inspiring.
At the cafeteria, I meet the head of the Atlas project. Peter Jenny tells me that when the machine gets turned on early next year, anything could happen.
We have pretty exciting ideas from theory what could happen, but the most exciting for an experimentalist would be that actually something which nobody has foreseen could be discovered. It's really going into a new land in a way. Sometimes people say it's like when people explored new territories. Columbus did find something exciting, not India, but something else, and maybe something like that may happen.
Scientists in Switzerland are attempting to disprove everything we think we know about, well, everything. Researchers with the European Organization for Nuclear Research, or CERN, are in the process of restarting the world's biggest particle accelerator. Known as the Large Hadron Collider, the restart comes after 2 years after the machine discovered the Higgs boson, or God particle, which is believed to be the key to how particles get their mass. But now scientists want to use the machine to disprove the Big Bang theory of the universe by discovering miniature black holes, which would in turn reveal parallel universes. And it only gets weirder from there. See, according to the scientist, if these black holes are detected at a particular energy, it would prove an alternate existence theory, or known as rainbow gravity, which posits that the universe stretches back in time infinitely with no origin point like the Big Bang. No word yet on whether Doctor Who will be available when scientists actually rip a hole in the space-time continuum. but we can hope.
Man, I mean, it plays right into kind of a little what you were talking about before we even hit that. That is, I mean, the Hadron Collider is something that, like, I know a lot of people are scared of. There was, like, an Onion article that a, time traveler came back and warned us about it. But, I'm curious to hear your thoughts on the Hadron Collider, John. Like, where do you sit on this thing? Is it dangerous? What do you think?
I mean, as Tabitha pointed out, like, the question obviously is, are these guys up to some nefarious, plan to create a mini black hole? And if that then, gets out of control, then does it gobble up, the entire planet as a result? I'm not particularly concerned about that. I do actually have faith that they're, that they have a certain understanding of what they're trying to achieve. And I think, as I said before, the point is that we're really just at the basis of understanding our reality and our existence here. So the more that we can endeavor using things like the Hadron Collider, the more exciting I think our future will be.
And I totally agree. I mean, it's part of the human condition and experience to push forward in life. That is the most important thing for us and who we are as a people, is to keep pushing forward and keep pushing our boundaries safely, but keep pushing our boundaries as mankind, humankind.
Today, we at the Large Hadron Collider are celebrating a one-year anniversary of a quaint, simple dream. A city-sized electromagnet in an underground layer capable of firing an ultra-energized proton beam at the speed of light.
Alma Gutierrez, Baltimore Sun. What about criticisms that the LHC could have caused miniature black holes or unstable particles?
Wow. Someone's been reading too much science fiction. Yes. Anyways, no, we have not encountered any black holes or gateways to the multiverse.
I didn't say anything about gateways to the multiverse.
We are going to become gods. Period. If you don't like it, get off. You don't have to contribute. You don't have to participate. But if you're going to interfere with me becoming God, you're going to have big trouble. Then we'll have warfare.
From cooling things down to minus 271 degrees C, or focusing the beam, more specifically beams.
A time code has been embedded in the Symmetry trailer that testifies to the reason for the LHC. There's a ringing sound and a particle beam collision at 1 minute 13 seconds.
Researchers with the European Organization for Nuclear Research, or CERN,
that fly around the ring, because there are actually two pipes running in opposite directions, and that's so eventually you can smash the two sets of circulating beams together and create conditions similar to those at the birth of the universe.
Atlas is the name of the giant detector at the heart of the project. It's being built underground in a 6-story deep construction pit filled with the world's biggest magnets.
known as the Large Hadron.
Yes, we've got everybody we have working on the problem. We are doing everything. I love X-Files too. I hope you get to see it.
We see beings that had been trapped in another dimension emerge through a time-space portal. We'll soon see if it's coincidental that their production mirrors the biblical prophecy. It seems very unlikely.
Collider.
So, would you like to see what that looks like? Yes, I thought so. Me too.
Layered by 3,000 kilometers of wiring, and all weighing 7,000 tons.
Facility, the Society of the Illuminated Brotherhood, known for their temples.
This is an emergency action notification. All broadcast and cable systems shall transmit this emergency action notification message. This station has interrupted its regular program at the request of the White House.
There's unexplained disturbance, and the hysteria that it's causing are incredible.
We think we know about, well, everything. The restart comes after 2 years after the machine.
This cavern contains the CMS experiment, the compact muon solenoid. Although there's nothing compact about it if you ask me. This is one of the places that helped to discover the Higgs boson. So, that big shiny pipe above you is connected to the tunnels that we were just in. And when the beams of particles are going fast enough, tiny adjustments are made to bring those two beams together until, right here, they collide.
Christ beast, and that's when the LHC is probably going to begin colliding.
How would you describe what you are seeing? It is clearing the mountains,
creating conditions that haven't existed since a trillionth of a second after the birth of the universe.
Moving too slowly to be a comet or meteor, widespread panic has gripped the countryside as thousands have taken to the streets.
Collisions any day now. Are they going to achieve their goal? If so, it looks to us like they will be fulfilling prophecy on the exact schedule foretold in the Bible.
In an instant, the particles are smashed to pieces. And it's these even smaller particles that the CMS can detect. It's an enormous sensor that looks for the fundamental building blocks of the universe. By using even higher energy collisions, the CERN scientists hope to find other particles and explain mysteries like dark energy and dark matter.
The world will look up and shout, "Save us." And I'll whisper, "No."
Which makes up 95% of the matter in our universe. This is big science, performed on the tiniest of scales.
Machine. All of this so that protons, the heaviest part of the atom, can be smashed at near the speed of light inside
photons at high energy. In the trailer subsequent to that ringing collision, a schedule and outcome they themselves are signaling. All control over time itself is going to be wielded for a I've been blogging about that speaks to me of the 13th day of the first month on the Lord's calendar. That's the day when biblical models illustrate the emergence of the Antichrist or so by the ancient dragon. And that's what the trailer seems to demonstrate in the way the entire Passover season is embedded in the time code, with even an accounting of the preparation for Passover that
It's impossible. We created a race of robots.
How
everything.
We are going to become gods. Period. If you don't like it, get off. You don't have to contribute. You don't have to participate. But if you're going to interfere with me becoming God, you're going to have big trouble. And we'll have warfare.
There's no attempt by CERN to hide the connection between the particle collider and Shiva, the Lord of the Dance. It's a form of the dance of the Nataraja that is performed by the dancers in symmetry. A large idol of the Lord of the Dance is displayed prominently at the facility. Shiva is the destroyer of worlds. In Revelation 9, the angel with the key to the abyss is Apollyon, the destroyer, Abaddon. The pedestal of the idol at CERN is a lotus, which is understood by illumined occultists to represent the emergence of Horus, who was also known as Apollo or Shiva.
Well, who is Abaddon or Apollo? Abaddon, literally meaning destruction, ruin, or perdition, is the Hebrew name of the demon identified as the angel of the bottomless pit or the abyss in Revelations 9:11.
The facility is actually located right where Apollo was openly worshipped long ago.
Who ties up the devil for a millennium, 1,000 years, also known as the destroyer, from his role as one of the destroying angels of the apocalypse.
In the town of Apolliacum.
In Job 26:6 and in Proverbs 15:11, The word Abaddon arises in conjunction with Sheol. He is further identified as...
I already decoded the fundamentals of the symmetry trailer in this post to the Open Scroll blog titled CERN's Lord of the Dance, so you can reference that for more info, especially about the cosmology of Shiva.
We interrupt this program. This is a national emergency. Important instructions will follow. The following message is transmitted at the request of the...
A moment ago you said that you ordered Lieutenant Kill his men wasn't to be...
That's right.
And Lieutenant Kent was clear on what you wanted?
Crystal.
Any chance he ignored the order?
Ignored the order?
Any chance he forgot about it?
No.
Any chance he left your office and said, the old man is wrong?
No.
Spoke to the platoon and ordered them...
Government, this is not a test.
Any chance they ignored him?
You ever served in an infantry unit, son?
No, sir.
Ever served in a forward area?
No, sir.
Ever put your life in another man's hands? Asked him to put his life in yours?
No, sir.
We follow orders, son. We follow orders or people die. It's that simple. Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
Are we clear?
Crystal. Colonel, I have just one more question before I call Airman O'Malley and Airman Rodriguez. If you gave an order...
Attack was commenced against the United States.
It wasn't to be touched. And your orders are always followed. And why will be in danger? Why would it be necessary to transfer the base?
Was a standard Marine. He was being transferred.
That's not what you said. You said he was being transferred because he's in grave danger.
That's correct.
You said
15 bombs have detonated in several areas across the country.
Danger. I said grave danger. You said is there any
recall what I said.
I can have the court reporter read back to you.
I know what I said. I don't have to have it read back to me like I'm...
Why the two orders? Colonel?
Sometimes men take matters into their own hands.
No, sir. You made it clear just a moment ago that your men never take matters in their own hands. Your men follow orders or people die. You shouldn't have been in any danger at all, should you have, Colonel?
You snotty little bastard.
Your Honor, I'd like to ask for a recess.
I'd like an answer to the question, Judge.
The court will wait for an answer.
If Lieutenant gave an order that wasn't to be touched,
If there is a nearby location that has been designated as a fallout shelter, go there now. Otherwise, seek shelter in the interior part of a strong building on the lowest floor. Make sure you have food, water, and a battery-powered radio with you. Do not exit the...
Be transferred. Colonel, Lieutenant ordered the code red, didn't he? Because that's what you told Lieutenant to do.
Object!
And when it went bad, you cut these guys loose!
Your Honor,
You had
counsel, I'll
markets
hold
inside
you
a
in
phony
contempt.
transfer.
Your Honor!
You doctored the logbook.
Damn it, Captain!
You coerced the doctor.
Consider yourself in contempt.
Colonel Jessup, did you order the code red?
You don't have to answer that question.
I'll answer the question. You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
Fallout shelter until the all-clear has been given. Tune to a station that is serving your area for more information. The President will be speaking on all stations shortly. Stand by for this message.
You can't handle the truth! We use words like honor, code, loyalty. We use these words as the backbone of a life spent defending something. You use them as a punchline. I have neither the time nor the inclination to explain myself to a man who rises and sleeps under the blanket of the very freedom that I provide, and then questions the manner in which I provide it. I would rather you just said thank you and went on your way. Otherwise, I suggest you pick up a weapon and stand a post. Either way, I don't give a damn what you think you are entitled to.
Did you order the code red?
I did the job. Did you order the code red? You're goddamn right I did!
second tower. What happens shortly before or shortly after 9 a.m. Eastern time there's the plane in this path.
Perhaps we need some outside universal threat.
Give me a hint that there are aliens.
No, I'm trying to tell you I don't know.
Oh.
But if we were visited someday, I wouldn't be surprised.
And tonight, we lead the world in facing down a threat to decency and humanity.
If we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
That it's not like Independence Day.
Yeah, right.
That it's a conflict.
Perhaps it's fate that today is the 4th of July, and you will once again be fighting for our freedom. Not from tyranny, oppression, or persecution, but from annihilation. We're fighting for our right to live, to exist.
They're out there. We better think of how all the differences among people on Earth would seem small if we felt threatened by a space invader. That's the whole theory of independence.
You're right.
Everybody gets together and makes
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish.
Mankind, that word should have new meaning for all of us today. We can't be consumed by our petty differences anymore.
Well, now we have friendly
Maybe the only way to unite this incredibly divided world of ours.
Where diverse nations are drawn together in common cause.
We will be united in our common interest.
What is at stake is more than one small country. It is a big idea.
To make us recognize this common bound.
And should we win the day, the 4th of July will no longer be known as an American holiday, but as the day when the world declared in one voice, we will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight. We're going to live on. We're going to survive. Today, we celebrate our
new world order.
In our obsession with antagonisms of the moment, we often forget how much unites all the members of humanity. And yet, I ask you, is not an alien force already among us? What could be more alien to the universal aspirations of our peoples than war and the threat of war?
To achieve the universal aspirations of mankind, peace and security, freedom, and the rule of law.
God help us all.
It shall be one I respect.
The
the Large Hadron Collider.
In the words of my generation, come on, baby, come on.
Arm the primary. They could be initiating an attack. We need
Ten, 9, 5, 4.
For generations.
Activated myself when I detected your biological signature to be different from theirs.
We're primitive?
Correct. My species shed our biological existence for a virtual one thousands of years ago.
She has every reason to hate, and out of that,
I knew they would come to exterminate you. Harvester ship conquered our planet. Done this to countless civilizations.
that contradiction against unfathomable odds.
I am so sorry to hear
It's you.
that. You have a plan?
My system holds the key to superior technology, and there is a hidden where I teach from other fallen worlds how to build weapons once and for all.
That's why they're afraid of
Did you really think it would kill me? I have walked the...
Mr. President, Dr. Oken.
Cross across the surface of the Ominous association. It will raise in America's enemies.
The day when the world declared in one voice, we will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight. We're going to live on. We're going to survive. Today, we celebrate our independence.
Dr. Manhattan, as you know, the Doomsday Clock is a symbolic clock face analogizing humankind's proximity to extinction. Midnight representing the threat of nuclear war. As of now, it stands at 4 minutes to midnight. Would you agree that we're that close to annihilation?
My father was a watchmaker. He abandoned it when Einstein discovered that time is relative. I would only agree that a symbolic clock is as nourishing to the intellect as a photograph of oxygen to a drowning man. I feel fear for the last time.
The countless lives that we lost in the war did not perish in vain. They inspired us to rise from the ashes as one people of one world. For 20 years, the world has seen no armed conflict. Nations have put their petty differences aside. United, we rebuilt our families, our cities, and our lives. The fusion of human and alien technology not only enabled us to defy gravity and travel with unimaginable speed, it also made our planet finally safe again.